Chase Elliott finally breaks his silence, speaking candidly about the incident that led to his suspension. Emotions running high, he takes stock of the situation, apologizes to his team and supporters, and talks about how ready he is to get back on track and rediscover his groove. Join us as we delve into today's video in which Elliott discusses his suspension and his resolve to make a successful comeback. But before that, please subscribe to our channel and hit that like button for more whereabouts on NASCAR. The NASCAR Cup Series at Charlotte Motor Speedway was ablaze with excitement during the renowned Coca-Cola 600 event. However, amidst the roaring engines and thunderous cheers, a clash of drivers took place, leading to a suspension that shook everyone. In the mid-race restart, Denny Hamlin's car came into contact with Chase Elliott's, causing their vehicles to graze against each other. With only a handful of laps passing, Hamlin's car lost control as it entered turn 4, veering off track. As Hamlin struggled to regain control, he inadvertently pushed Elliott towards the wall, creating a heart-stopping moment. Elliott's car ricocheted off the unforgiving outside barrier, but he managed to regain composure and steady his machine. Then, with a sudden twist of events, Elliott executed a sharp left turn, intentionally aiming to hook Hamlin's right rear. The outcome was catastrophic as both cars violently collided with the outer wall, abruptly ending their race. Denny Hamlin, still reeling from the impact, wasted no time in demanding justice. He called for NASCAR to suspend Chase Elliott, drawing a parallel to Bubba Wallace's suspension in the previous season. Wallace, too, had intentionally hooked Kyle Larson in the right rear, an act that was met with consequences. Hamlin expressed firmly to Fox Sports, his emotions running high, "This is nothing short of a tantrum, and Elliott should not be allowed to race next week." Hamlin adamantly stated, "Hooking someone in the right rear is completely unacceptable. It's exactly what Bubba Wallace did to Kyle Larson. Identical. Elliott should not be behind the wheel." But after what Hamlin said, Elliott claimed that the contact with the wall had severely damaged his vehicle, leaving him unable to control it and ultimately leading to the crash with Hamlin. Elliott expressed, attempting to defend himself against the accusations. "Once you tear the right sides of these machines, it's pretty much game over. It's disheartening." However, Hamlin was not about to let Elliott off the hook so easily. Armed with screenshots of SMT data, which provided a detailed record of Elliott's steering input at the time of the crash, Hamlin presented evidence to contradict Elliott's claims. The data clearly showed that Elliott forcefully turned his steering wheel to the left, directly into Hamlin's car. Despite Elliott's fervent denial, NASCAR remained unconvinced. In a decisive move, they handed down a penalty, suspending Chase Elliott for the upcoming race at WWT Raceway. Elton Sawyer, speaking on behalf of NASCAR, shed light on the reasoning behind the penalty during an interview on Sirius XM NASCAR Radio. He explained, "My decision today is primarily related to the incident between Denny Hamlin and Chase Elliott around lap 185. Throughout last night and into this morning, we continued gathering data, which led us to impose a one-race suspension on Chase." Sawyer continued delving into the investigation process, stating, "We take this matter very seriously, considering the incident that occurred off turn 4. After thoroughly examining all of the available resources, such as in-car camera footage, data, and SMT analysis, it became apparent to us that this was an intentional act on Chase's part." He further elaborated on the decision-making process, emphasizing the significance of optics and the immediate impression the incident had made. "From our vantage point in the tower, it was quite striking. It appeared as though Chase made a sudden and deliberate left turn, directly into the right rear quarter of car number 11. This action caused car number 11 to collide head-on with the front straightaway wall." Sawyer added, "As the day progressed, we examined the data more closely. There were discussions about the possibility of a broken toe link on the right rear of Elliott's car. However, upon careful examination of the steering and the position of his hands on the steering wheel, nothing indicated that anything was broken during that particular impact on the wall. The evidence aligned with what we initially observed." Reflecting on his suspension, Chase Elliott expressed his regret over the unfortunate circumstances surrounding the incident. With a tinge of disappointment in his voice, he acknowledged the turbulent nature of the year leading up to that point. Elliott admitted, "Certainly it was an unfortunate circumstance on many accounts." Chase Elliott stated, "I hate that we're in the position we're in. It's been a pretty wild year, even prior to last week, or 2 weeks ago. I hate that I put our team, our partners, our fans, and all the folks that make us go in a tough spot. Certainly glad Denny's okay, and I understand NASCAR's call and what they felt like they needed to do. So I respect all that. For me personally, I just kind of look forward to getting back to work and just trying to get in a groove. Because I don't really feel like I've been in one throughout the year. It's been kind of stop and go all season." However, with determination and a focus on the upcoming race at Sonoma Raceway, he expressed his eagerness to get back to work. aiming to find that elusive groove that has eluded him thus far. What are your thoughts on Elliott's statements? Tell us in the comments. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click that bell button for more updates. The suspension has not only helped police the rules more, but it has also led to calls for Austin Cindric to be suspended after Sunday's incident. Fans are still talking about whether or not the choice was right, but other drivers have already stated what they think. Hendrick Motorsports teammates have talked about how they feel about the penalty. Elliott being taken off the field for Illinois has turned out to be a good thing for some. Corey LaJoie will move into the number 9 Camaro when the driver's spot opens up. He wants to take advantage of the chance. Drivers from Hendrick Motorsports talk about the details at the camp and give more information about Corey, a new driver who is coming. Teammate William Byron had one of the most shocking responses. Bob Pockrass of Fox Sports said that Byron seems to be happy with the move to ban Elliott. He says, I think, to say more about his point of view, I'm just happy the NASCAR is always the same. I think we've seen something like this before, but in a little bit different ways. So I think it's good to just be constant. And I hope I'm never in any of those situations where I have to deal with that or lose because of it. But it is what it is. He congratulates the newest member, LaJoie, and tells us about how he got to know the Spire Motorsports driver. If anything, their past shows that the Rick Hendrick team has a lot more good things to come. I think it's great for Corey since we grew up riding together. He helped me on one of my late models when we worked together. So we won the Cars Tour when they had super late models. He was working on a car at the time, so kudos to him. Drivers have always been safest when they stay out of trouble. There is always some kind of dispute going on in NASCAR. After Elliott's ban, there was a lot of interest in the drivers at Hendrick Motorsports. Well, it's a great chance to hear what Elliott's friends think about him. Even so, Kyle Larson and Alex Bowman haven't said much about this. When asked about the choice, Larson had no strong feelings about it. Larson has been in a lot of these kinds of crashes this season. Even though he has been in them before, Larson says, I don't know. I don't really have a good answer for that. He doesn't know how big of a sentence would be enough. I don't come up with my own rules. When it came to the last driver on the list, Bowman gave some funny answers. From what I can see, he doesn't seem like the best person to answer this question. He also gets very excited when he talks about LaJoie joining the team. I think that's something for smarter people than me. I don't think I'm smart enough to know. As you already said, I don't want to be a part of that. Yeah, you don't ever want to see Chase out of a car, but I can see why NASCAR has to be constant. I can't wait to see how well Corey does. It's a great chance for him. I've been in a similar line of work as him, so... Larson and Bowman's silence says a lot. Even though the two didn't have much to say, Byron's loud conference puts a big question mark on the sensitive subject. It looks like NASCAR will make a set of choices that make sense. Even though people have different opinions about what happened between Hamlin and Elliott, NASCAR continues to be one of the most exciting events in the world because of its mix of exciting races, fierce battles, and the occasional controversy. Chase Elliott's return to the number 9 car this weekend at Sonoma Raceway signifies a fresh opportunity for redemption and a chance to prove his resilience in the face of adversity. Fans and the racing community eagerly await his comeback, hoping to witness the sparks of his true potential ignited once again on the racetrack. So that's all we've got for today. We hope you enjoyed it. Tell us what you think of the video in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We hope to see you in the upcoming video.